My name is Ratmir and I do leather restoration, and today we're gonna talk about the tools for the leather restoration, exactly about the airbrush, about the difference and which you need to buy for your leather restoration. So if you want to know the answers, stay tuned, push the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and comment if you have something to comment. So let's begin. So basically, all airbrush brushes are two types. The first, the most popular, is dual action. Dual means first you push the trigger, then the air now flows. Then you pull the trigger back and open the material, and now it works. So this is the first type. The second type is one action. You just pull the trigger back. It doesn't hold, push. You cannot push it. You just pull it back, and the same time, air and material goes out from the nozzle. So this is the first and the most important thing in the airbrush. Which one to choose? It doesn't matter. In my opinion, I prefer to work with the double action, dual action, because I don't know. This was my first airbrush, and that's why I just feel comfortable with working with this type of airbrush. Some people doesn't like it. Some people prefer to work with the fully automatic airbrush, just pulling the trigger back and working. So that doesn't mean that you have to pay more for this more expensive tool. All my tools are very cheap. These are the only one expensive was this. This is a professional Hadron Steenbeck made in Germany, and its model is I don't know, maybe it's 7593. So that's the name of that model, exact this. The next thing about the airbrush and its difference, as you can see, this cup. You see, these are different. There is another one from the bottom. There is another one side, and it's up there. So let's find out what's the difference, which one is better. Let's begin with this one. This is a Fengda model number BD18182. This is a replica of Iwata Eclipse airbrush. This is a really cheap and good stuff. You can push, you can adjust the bottle. You can find a bigger one and work as much as you need. So it might be 100 milliliters for the paint, but I haven't met this, and I don't think it worth it to look for the bigger cup. The only one problem of this airbrush, why I don't like this, because one day it fails. It doesn't hold properly, and it's just you can work and you can break that. It's made of glass, and that bottle can break so you need to mix the paint again. And that's the only one reason that why I don't wanna use this bottle. Most of the time I work with this one, exactly this airbrush. As you can see, it's really dirty, and it should be cleaned. Maybe next time I'm gonna clean it. So this one, this cap allows me to apply material here. It's about 15 milliliters of the material, and it's ready. It's not ready. It's enough for painting one pair of the shoe. Maybe a little bit more, but basically 15 milliliters is quite enough for the one pair of the maybe black or dark shoe. Sometimes these cups might be, you can change it, you can unplug it just like this. You see, you can change it, you can wash and clean all that all the details much easier. But not in this model. This is, I don't know what is this. I don't have the name for this airbrush. Maybe it was Fubeg. I don't know what is. I don't know. So this one is similar to this. They are similar but different no-name brand. I don't know what is this. The next cup is it's made from the side, and the cup, everything is stuck. I need to clean this. So your cup holds here. So what does it give to you? You can turn it and lay on the ground and work like this, and it will work. If you take this one, there is nothing will happen. Your paint just will go through the holes, and nothing will gonna happen. So when it is comfortable to work with this cup, only when you do maybe car steering wheels, or maybe when you do sofas or chairs and you need to do some on the bottom and you lay on the ground. So that's the only one reason you need to choose this one. This is similar to this, but with this glass bottle on the bottom. And I would choose this type of the cup instead of this, because I don't know, because it's easier to work, and you can work like this, and it's always closed. So once again, it's easier to work with this cup when you do the car steering wheel, something deep inside of the car, when you need to paint something, I don't know, maybe car seats or sofas, some furniture. So this is about the cups. If you do only shoes or maybe handbags or purses, I think you need this one, this type of the airbrush with the cup on the top, on the top. Okay, you got it. I know you got it. The next is about next thing we need to talk about is the size of the nozzle. Nozzle for the dies, for something very thin, is about 0.2, 0.3 millimeters, and it works great for this for the dies because like just like water. If you need to paint something, you better choose starting at 0.5 to 0.8 millimeters nozzle. And in this case, you can work with the paints, with the finishing top coats without any big problems, without clogging all the time, because the paint is I forgot the word, but the paint is not like water. This is what I wanted to say. And dye is more like water, so it goes easier through the small through the small nozzle. This one is 0.5 millimeters, so I think it's one of the goodest, but best. If you need sometimes if you need to do very thin lines, or very something like patina or something, so you can use dye, and you can use the nozzle 0.2, 0.3. So 0.8 will be too much for this. Okay, there's not much information about the nozzles, but the only one more thing I can say is that they are different. The construction of the nozzles is a little bit different. This one is made like this. It's easier to remove this and clean it. Oops. You just take it, clean it, wash it, put it back. Oops. Got some paint right here. And it's ready to use. For this one, there's a different type of nozzle, and it's not easy to remove, it's not easy to clean this. You need to use this tiny little thing. You loosen, pull the needle back. You better remove this, but I don't know, we don't need this. And it's, you see, you cannot even see this. It's a very small thing. If you lose it, it's not be easy to find it. And you shouldn't tighten it too much, just with your fingers, and then it's done. If you do, it's made of brass or copper, I don't know what's the material, but it's very it's very easy to break this, so don't tighten it too much. There's one more thing about the airbrush. Some of that, yes, all of my airbrush has this thing. Why do I need this? This thing allows you to control your material, how much it go. If you want, if you need to apply a very thin coat. If you need a smooth line, so you just tight it, then just lose it, and look, if it moves, okay, now it doesn't move. So you pull the trigger, or you just pull it, and it pushes a small amount of the material, and it and it allows you to do the thin lines. If you want to make bigger feed, to make this spot, you just remove as much as needed, and the trigger pulls back to the maximum. I don't use it. Sometimes I even remove this thing and work like this because I don't need it. I'm trying to control that material, how much it goes by my finger. You just need to learn to control your hand. You need to control this and control how much material goes out of the airbrush. So this is one thing, and I don't think that it's important. So you can find the airbrush with this or without this. It doesn't matter at all. It's for our job, for the leather painting, dyeing. It doesn't matter at all. You can do whatever you can. You can use. I mean, there's one thing about this very interesting thing. I would call it a little toy. It's a compressor and the airbrush. Hear this? It works. You just pull the trigger back, and it works. The only one thing is that it works good with the dice, nothing more. I tried to paint the the steering wheel, and I couldn't because it doesn't work. There is not enough pressure, and it doesn't work. So this one is just like a toy, or maybe just to use with the dice. To use the airbrush, you need the air, so you need the compressor. You need for the airbrush, there is enough of any air compressor made for the airbrushing. I'm gonna show you one. What is this? Oops. This one is model Fengda AS186. It has a receiver for 3 liters, air tank 3 liters, after start at 43 psi, stop at 58 psi, and it gives about, the airflow is about 20 liters per minute. So this is a really small thing. It's comfortable, it's not noisy, so you can work with this at home, and this one is enough if you don't work all the time, all the day like I do. If you're doing a lot of dyeing jobs and paint jobs, you need a lot of air, so you gotta get the bigger tank and a bigger compressor that gives you about 100 and 180 psi or something like this. I don't know how much psi it should be because I don't use psi. Okay, so the most important questions about the airbrush. What to choose? Which one to choose? So, for you better choose maybe one or maybe two airbrush. One with the nozzle 0.2 and one with the nozzle starting from 0.5 to 0.8, because the bigger nozzle, the easier to work with the paints and finishing top coats with other materials. If you're going to use it only for the dyes, so there is enough of the it's enough to choose the airbrush with the 0.2 millimeters nozzle. About the cups, basically it's no matter what cup you choose, it's just how comfortable you feel working with this, with this, with this, or this. No matter. Just choose something that you feel comfortable to work with. If you haven't ever tried to work with the airbrush, I think you need to start with the where is this? What's this? This one. This is a dual action with the cup on the uppers. On top of this thing, it has a nozzle 0.5. If I'm not lying, I don't remember. And this is double action, so you need to push the trigger and then pull it back. You have this, I forget how it's called. And maybe the last important thing is about the price. This one is very expensive. This one, the price of this one is like the price of all that together and bigger. And the funniest thing is that I cannot work with this. Its nozzle is 0.2 and it doesn't allow me to work properly. It's not easy to clean for me. I don't know, so I don't use it often. I use it sometimes, but not for all the jobs. Sometimes for the clear coats of the when I do patent leather, and it works good for this. But that's all. This one is great. I would recommend you to find the Fengda. Yes, Fengda BD 182 and 183. Yes, 3. Because these are made like Iwata, Eclipse, and these are good. These are really good tools. They are not expensive, they are cheap. These are cheap tools, so you better look for this if you are going to work and this is your first. So find this. You don't need to look for the expensive tool. Something like the expensive tool works better. No, it's not true. It's not for our job. We don't work like the airbrush artist. For the airbrush artist, it's very important the quality of the nozzle, the quality of the needle, the quality of all the elements in the tool. But not for us. We are painting shoes. So there is no matter what are you going to choose. It doesn't matter if your nozzle, if your needle is a little bit curved, if it's too heavy, like this. This one is heavier than this one. I don't know why. This one is lighter. This one, I don't know. It's like a grenade. You can throw it and it blow. So you just don't need the expensive stuff, because for the first time you need to just to realize if you do need this, if you do like this, if you don't, if if one day you will realize that you have spent about $200 for that tool and you don't want it, so that's gonna be a loss of money. So if you choose something cheaper for about 30-40 dollars, I think it worth it. So don't buy expensive tools, you don't need this. Maybe the last I think I need to show you is how to disassemble the airbrush. Let's begin. Remove this. You need to put somewhere, I don't know, a can, because it can flow. The nozzle has the protection cap, front cap. It protects the needle and the nozzle. Up, here it is. I can't see it, but now removing that cap, removing the needle. It should go easy, but it's not going because it's stuck, because everything is unclean. Where are my power tools? Okay, let's take the pliers and remove the, yeah, it's dirty. So we have removed the needle. Now we need to remove this piece. Oop. There's a spring inside, don't lose it. Be careful. Now the trigger. Up. And there's a piece of metal. I don't know how it's called, but hop. Now the nozzle. Taking this key and losing it. Oops. I lost. I've, I have lost that thing. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Yes, I have found the nozzle. It wasn't a fun thing. You need to use this stuff for the cleaning of the airbrush. Now it's almost already. You just take the smallest brush, wired brush, or I don't know, and act like this. You can put some alcohol, maybe acetone. Not recommended acetone because there are some, I forgot the words, but okay, there are some details made of rubber, and you can ruin it with the acetone. So don't use it often, and be gentle. You just clean it this side, then you can go with the bigger brush on this side, clean it, clear, do it properly, and then assemble it. I don't want to lose the nozzle again. Okay. Don't tight it too much. The needle I'm going to pull back the last time. Where is my trigger? Okay, I cannot. I cannot do this. Oh, finally. Now the next piece is this, then the spring. This one. I think I did it wrong. This piece, I don't know how it should be done. So every time I need to play with it for a few times. Oop! Okay, guys, I'm not gonna waste your time for this shit, so I'm gonna do this next time. So, what can I say? Find the cheap airbrush with a nozzle from 0.5 to 0.8 for the paint, and for the dye you should use 0.2, 0.3. Any action, double, one action, double action. It can be from the bottom, from the up, from the side, bottom, from the side, up. It doesn't matter at all. As you can see, I have all of them. I work with all of them, and for some reason I have bought this. It is a real piece of shit, and I do not recommend you to buy this. This is I don't know what is this, but it's just a piece of trash. So don't buy this one. And don't buy this one. Maybe if you find a more expensive compressor that has more power, more than mine, so it might work. But there's no need in this. It's just like a toy. So I was very I was inspired by Steve. I saw he used this thing and I said, wow, I want to use it too. Um, so I think I think that's all. So choose wisely, save your money, and push the thumbs up. Subscribe if you like this. If you have any questions, let me know. Next time I'm gonna show you, I will try to show you my spray guns that I use for the leather restoration, because most of my jobs are done with the spray gun. I don't use often the airbrush because it's too slow. It's too slow, and sometimes I need to work fast, and I need to paint the big areas, and with the airbrush it's impossible to do a quick job. It's impossible to uh, paint the chair or sofa or a big bag or a jacket. It's not easy. You will waste a lot of time. It's okay for the painting shoes. Yes, for maybe for the gloves, for the wallets, for some small things. If you want to do a lot of job quick and big areas, so you need to get the spray gun. And if you're interested, just stay tuned. Maybe one day I will do the video about the spray guns. What about how to choose and what to use and how to use. Yes, I think now I'm done. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Wait for the next videos. See you soon. Bye bye.